Yellow people online. I wanted to share a little bit about just what I've been thinking on today. So, yesterday wasn't great. I was in the ER, not feeling super hot, and so today I was like, okay, I want to make sure I keep the ball rolling, and I want to stop my momentum, all that jazz. So I opened up my little Finch app, and I was like, okay, what do I have to do today? And I was looking at all my chores, and it was just like super overwhelming. And I said out loud, I go, ugh, I have to do the dishes, I have to do the litter boxes, I have to vacuum. And I stopped myself because I was like, wait, I've worked through this with the dishes. Like, yeah, dishes were like my worst mortal enemy for a while. You don't even. I'm glad there were no pictures of my first apartment, like, having not been taught, like, natural, like, cycles of cleanliness for dishes and stuff. I had a whole fucking science experiment growing in my sink. Like, it was not great, you know? But I worked through this. I let myself have, like, an emotional, spiritual kind of moment where I really genuinely asked myself, like, what is happening? Like, where is this, like, hatred for dishes coming from? And I was able to see in myself that it stemmed from a really traumatic childhood memory of trying to help with dishes and being screamed and yelled at and, like, degraded, told how fucking horrible I was and how I was stupid, not good at anything. And I didn't realize that, like, that was still kind of stored in my subconscious and being reactivated every time I went to go do the dishes. And so I switched it. I said, okay, when I'm feeling bleh about doing dishes, I'm gonna figure out how to be grateful for it instead. And so I came to the understanding, like, when I see dirty dishes in my sink that I didn't put there, which is a little annoying, just, whatever. But when I see that, instead of letting it make my mood sour, I can look at that and be like, hey, that's there because I have a house to have a sink. I have dishes because I have food for my family. My family's eating well, and I'm grateful for that because I'm not promised that at all. And so I turned it around with my litter boxes today because I really don't like doing the litter boxes. It's gross. It smells bad. It's literal shit. But I was I turned it around for myself while I was doing the litter boxes today. I was like, I don't have to do the litter boxes. I get to do the litter boxes because I get to have cats and I get to take care of them. And that's not a burden or a hassle or a chore. That's a privilege. And it made it go by really quickly and painlessly. I mean, it's already quick cleaning the litter box. And that's the thing, too, about these chores that, like, have caused me so much mental distress in my life. It's like they take, like, 5 minutes. And I'll leave it for, like, a week. And I'll, like, hate myself for a whole week because I'm like, just do the dishes, or just not a whole week, but like, I'm exaggerating, but I'll leave something for a few days and I'll be like hating myself. I'll be like, oh my god, you stupid lazy fuck, like, why can't you just fucking do this? It takes 5 minutes. But it's like a weird block or like executive dysfunction type stuff. And so for me to get past it, to get out of it, switching it up and changing my have tos into get tos. And I can't like fake it with myself either. It has to be really genuine because otherwise it doesn't do anything. I can say blah 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 all these empty words to myself, but I have to actually mean it and feel it. And so, like, with vacuuming and stuff, like, I didn't vacuum today. I'll vacuum tomorrow though. Well, I might actually wait till after the weekend because I'm about to have these big dogs over again for the weekend. So I'll definitely do a deep vacuum again after they leave on Monday. But it won't be a have to vacuum. It'll be an I get to vacuum. I get to clean a home because I get to live here and I get to have my family live here with me and I get to make sure we're all safe and protected inside a very pleasant home. It's not like, it's not the nicest home out there, but it's also not like a dilapidated piece of shit either. Like, it's a nice home and I get to live here. So yeah, I get to clean it too. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to share a little bit of my rambly ranting about changing perspectives because it's helping me a lot. And it's not necessarily like automatic for me yet. I still have to go through it every time. But I do think that it gets easier, or I just get better at finding ways to shift the narrative for myself in a way that makes my story not not about suffering and more about gratitude. Because I'll tell you what, like, gratitude has really just been this medicine for me, for my hatred, for my sadness, for my despair, you know, like, being present in gratitude is just so healing to me. And genuine gratitude, because you can't bullshit yourself. That's the thing. You can say, yeah, I'm grateful for my house, but if you're not actually sitting in that emotional expression of gratitude for a home that you get to live in, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just words. And it's the experience that is valuable, that is transformative, in my opinion and experience. But yeah, I just wanted to share that if you find yourself struggling with, like, doing something you have to do, something you think you have to do, okay, maybe you do have to do it, but like a chore or something like that, or even going to work. I have to go to work. No, I get to, and that, okay, maybe work's not a good example because, like, fuck capitalism and fuck this whole system, but if you work in a job for not an evil corporation and you're still, like, just struggling with all the work of, you know, I get to be part of this team, part of helping this or that, like, because I personally myself, I somehow ended up a co-chair of the 5th grade party planning committee. I'm really not sure how that happened. I got a last minute invite and walked out like one of the leaders. I feel like they should probably have an adult, but anyway, I found myself struggling a bit with, like, oh my god, I have to do this, that, and that. Like, we need to fundraise like thousands of dollars during the next school year so that we can throw our 5th graders an awesome end of year party. But, like, it's not a have to, it's a get to. I get to be involved in my son's 5th grade end of year party. Something that only happens once in your life. I get to be part of that. I get to help plan the whole thing. I've already made, like, a flyer so people can donate with an Amazon wish list, buy, like, things that the kids can sell at the different events throughout the school year. And I already, like, made an agenda for I didn't get to go to the last meeting because baseball practice, but I made a whole agenda for them, so hopefully they covered that. And I made spreadsheets for whenever donations start coming in, set all that up. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's a privilege that I get to be part of that, you know, even though it's work, even though it's, you know, these things that we have to do every day too to keep ourselves, like, alive. They're work. They take energy, and it can feel draining and exhausting giving your energy to things. So I find it to be revitalizing or energizing to shift that narrative in your head, because it exists as both. That's the truth, is that you both have to and you get to, but you can choose which one you focus on. And when you, like, frame things as an I get to, it's way happier. Now, obviously, like, don't do this if you're, like, in an unsafe, like, abusive situation or something. Like, clearly this is not meant for that. Like, if you're in a bad job, or, like, you are doing a bunch of stuff for a bad friend that is taking advantage of you, or you're in an unhealthy relationship where someone's taking advantage of you, like, don't turn your have tos into get tos. Don't gaslight yourself into, like, running yourself ragged, you know. But just with the things that, like, you know in your head, like, you ought to do for your own good that still feel like a drag, you know. I'm babbling a lot. So, and it's been 10 minutes of me talking. I did not want this video to be that long. So I will head off here. And yeah, good luck to everyone. Shifting your perspectives. Just, flip it upside down. Gratitude is key. Bye.